She gonna do all the confronting, she gonna do all the slapping. She's too small, she's fragile, not bullying her.
Chrisean, you are a mean, pregnant bully, and I'm glad Tesehki had the heart to not go with your horrible demands of attacking Vicky and Anah. Give a round of applause to Tesehki. That's a strong bitch, I can already tell. That's a bitch that takes her character, more seriously than even her family. Let's talk about it. So the episode begins with the girls getting on their respective sprinters to head to the house. In the first bus, we have the main stars of the show, Natalie, Rolly, Miss T, and Scotty with the body, and maybe with the naughty on her forehead that she covered up with makeup because she got knocked by Anah. Oh, I guess T's star profile is higher than what I thought it was because she's on the main bus, okay? Like, I was just like, oh. Because on the other bus, they got the newbies, okay? They got Woah Vicky, Sky, Sia, Camilla, Smiley, and Tesehki, baby. Oh, and Anah as well. I don't know if I forgot her. Oh, and speaking of Anah, she has like a fracture in her finger from the Scotty fight, okay? And Natalie's finger hurts from her fight with Camilla. They're telling her she needs to get something on it so it doesn't have this permanent bump. So, damn, these hoes are bruised up. These are just some fighters, honey. But on the main bus, there's nothing really going on. They're not talking. It's just kind of like kumbaya shit. Da, 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 da. On the second bus, they discuss the beef with Natalie and, how she's a meatball ass bitch. I was kind of like, meatball ass bitch. To me, that's kind of dumb. But my commenters were telling me it's an East Coast thing. And, I'm from the West Coast, honey. So this is just two completely opposite different things. But I guess that's an insult over there that people go, oh, so, okay. So they pull up to the house and this is the outside of it, okay? They're gonna go through the homes and just look at the rooms. I don't give a fuck. Rolly has that weird sparkly shit in her hair too. What the fuck is that? That just looks so cheap to me. But I guess that's just my personal opinion, honey. But Tesehki gets a phone call from Chrisean, and Chrisean is supposed to meet them somewhere. So they meet Chrisean, honey. So Tesehki gets off the bus to greet her sister, and basically Chrisean wants Tesehki to beat up Woah Vicky and Anah, okay? Because Woah Vicky liked a tweet or something accidentally that was like, I don't know, in support of Blueface and against Chrisean. And Anah posted like this video of Chrisean twerking in a dress, and she was like, oh, she been slow. So Chrisean is like, yo, I need you to like hit them. Tesehki though is not with it. She's like, yo, they're fragile. Like they can't, like this is dumb. Like I really don't think it's worth it because, my hands work different. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'll rip these hoes apart. And Chrisean's like, that's pussy. You got to do something. Da 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 da. So Tesehki goes on the bus and confronts Anah and Woah Vicky and was basically like, look, y'all, I know y'all been talking shit about my sister on the gram. Just apologize and that can be it. We can move on and there's going to be no issues. And they apologize, honey. They're like, I'm sorry. Okay, yes, sorry. But Chrisean is not satisfied with Tesehki just talking to them. She wanted Tesehki to fight, okay? And she takes it upon herself to throw something at Woah Vicky, okay? I think it was an eczema bottle, like Woah Vicky said. So it was like, oh my God. Oh, and I almost forgot. Before Tesehki got on the bus, Chrisean's old bitch ass just basically said the quiet part out loud and was like, yo, I can do whatever the fuck I want. They can't hit me back. Wow, Chrisean. That's some weak pussy ass shit. Like, honestly, I really don't even think you should be on this season pregnant. What if someone doesn't have the patience? You might have threw something at one person one too many times, and they go off and beat your ass. It's not right. It's not okay. But it's understandable. So Chrisean is basically mad at her sister, and she walks off. And Woah Vicky is just traumatized. She looks like she's been through a war zone. Like she literally cannot handle it. So when they get to the house, Woah Vicky talks to T, Scotty, Rolly, and Natalie. And basically everyone is like so concerned. They're like, Woah Vicky, are you okay? Woah Vicky, oh. Natalie especially, she's like, I just want to make sure that you're okay. You look like you have anxiety. You look like really, just riled up, and it's making me feel bad seeing you. Da 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 da. And I'm just like, what the fuck, girl? I ain't never seen somebody like get this treatment on baddies. Like, what the fuck? If you this anxiety ridden, leave. And Rolly shares my same sentiments. She's like, why are we like treating her like a baby? And it also turns out that shortly before they got on the show, Woah Vicky had tweeted that it's not okay to be fat. And obviously Rolly, felt some sort of way about that. And Rolly like addressed it to Woah Vicky. And then Woah Vicky was just like, like Woah Vicky she has this like stupid ass look on her face. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like, is she slow? Or did she do a lot of drugs like when she was young and it fucked up her brain? I feel like it's the latter. Like, I feel like she did drugs real young. You know what I mean? So after that, Natalie sits down with Smiley to basically discuss, bitch, why the fuck you got a tattoo of my name on you? And Smiley's like, well, it is not a permanent tattoo. It's a henna. And then Natalie was like, girl, but how did you get my exact signature? Like, what's going on? And then Smiley was like, well, that was just the template it came on. Da, 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 da. And then Natalie was like, bro, how were you just like popping up at like all these events that we were at? Like, how did you get my phone number? And then basically Smiley was like, I'm connected to the black market. Like, I can get whatever I want, basically. Oh shit, that's scary, bro. Like, Smiley? I'm side-eyeing you, girl. But Natalie is not really creeped out. She's just kind of like intrigued. You know what I mean? She's like, you really have dedication to be on this show. So I was like, yeah, let's let her on. Let's let her on. Natalie, I'm not gonna lie. If someone had got a tattoo of my name on them with my exact signature, I would definitely not let them on my show. I would think they were batshit fucking crazy. And if you were popping up at a bunch of events that I was at, that person might catch a restraining order, okay? But while they're talking, honey, guess who strolls in? Tesehki and Chrisean. And Tesehki is ready to get knuck if you buck with Natalie, okay? She is on go. But as soon as Tesehki step up, obviously the security is gonna block, you know what I mean? Somebody in my comments said Natalie has more security than the president. I hollered, oh my God. I mean, that's true. I mean, I don't think security is gonna let Tesehki touch Natalie. And from what I've heard, I don't think there's been a direct fight between her and Natalie. Basically, Tesehki feels like Natalie was getting in between her and her sister by trying to block Tesehki from going on the show. And then Natalie was like, no, Chrisean said she didn't want you on the show. That's why I did that. Tesehki was like, no, Chrisean told me she wanted me on this show so I could be her attack dog. And then they pull a receipt from a blog showing them on live basically saying that. Chrisean be playing both sides, bro. Like, she's not as stupid and cracked out of our mind like she leads us on to believe. She be doing shady ass shit. But now Chrisean is starting to address Natalie, okay? And basically saying like, why did you unfollow me? Why did you unfollow me? And Chrisean ends up throwing a water bottle at Natalie, okay? Ciao. And after that, Natalie tells Chrisean and Tesehki to get off of her show. And Tesehki's like, this is my show. That cracked me up. That cracked me up. You know when you're like mad and arguing with somebody and you just be saying like random stupid shit that's not even right, but it sounds funny? Tesehki, it's my show. And the episode ends with Tesehki reaching over to grab something to throw at Natalie. But I want to know what you guys think. And this is the video the YouTube algorithm thinks you should watch next.